Level 28 enchantment. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Another Silk Touch pick. That's two. Alright guys, Jeff again. Welcome back. I figured right now is a good time to set out on an adventure. Before we go though, you guys saw at the beginning of the video I enchanted that Silk Touch pick with a level 28 enchantment. I knew I'd gotten a Silk Touch one before, and I went back and looked at it. Look at this thing. Efficiency 3, Unbreaking 3, Silk Touch 1. I must have gotten so lucky with that because I think I only did that on a level 25 or 26 enchantment or something like that. This one was a level 28 and all it got was Silk Touch. But I'm not going to complain. It's just, that's crazy. Knocked from a high place by a spider. That's pretty cool that it says that. But the way I want to go on this adventure is, I figured that since I had so much good luck with the with my last attempt at the Hungry Man Challenge in finding that elusive desert village that I'd never found before, I really want to find one in the Minecraft world. That guy, ooh, that skeleton had seen me. Whoa, whoa, holy crap. That was not what I was expecting to happen, and he just blew up a chest of mine. Good God. And the chest did not survive, did it? So let me make a new one of these real quick. Oh, come on. Why can't I click these out? Because I don't have enough. Oh my God. That was very unexpected to me. I'm just going to throw the water bucket on the ground for the time being. And let's get this thing relocated here. Oh, what did I have in there? A lot of this random stuff that I don't want to take with me. There's definitely more down here. Oh, I want to get one of these on my bar. Because I don't need to waste my good stuff on a nether chest. Or on a nether chest, on nether rack, I mean. I don't need that sand either. I did bring that with me, but oh well. The ladders go in, gunpowder goes in. I got my bucket back. That's good. I want this closer over here. I don't know how to organize properly right now. Let's just do that. That looks good. Did I get everything? That didn't blow up? Okay. That was not what I planned on happening. Some of these witches are still sneaking through even though I have them falling in the main world, but that's okay. I like witches chilling in the nether. I just don't like creepers chilling in the nether, but just so I don't get screwed up when I come back. How's that? So I know I had originally gone off this way when I was getting nether quartz. So I came over here and I got nether quartz somewhere right out here. I thought it was this way. Could have sworn it was this way. I don't see. Is that? Oh, there's my path. I need to light that up because it is difficult to see. So I think that this gets me into new generation. Hopefully, also, if I go far enough, it will be new generation in the overworld because I remember sailing for a long time in ocean, and I don't want to be stuck in ocean. But I figured the best way to go about this was to just run quickly through the nether a ways, build another portal, which is why I brought a bunch of obsidian with me, and hope that it gets me to new territory and then there's a desert nearby. I try to run just straight up this way as much as I possibly can so I can have a basis of where to go back. That seems to fall down a lot. I guess I should pick up some nether quartz on the way, because I can't see it being a bad thing to have. I'll just pick up some for now. Nothing, not a great amount, because there's a lot over here, which means this is new nether generation. Doesn't mean nobody's explored the overworld this direction. I don't think it means that. That's really low. Can I get down there in an easy way? Looks like I can from the other side, actually. That might be my better approach to this. Whoa! Whew. that was almost deadly. I just gotta watch out because there is lava on this side. Well, it's definitely closer. Here we go. Make sure I have a way back up. Well, I guess I can put this down. It'll help me signify where I went. And I'm going to run this way for a little while. And see where another portal way out here will get me to. Like I said, I'm very much hoping that it gets me to an area with a desert nearby, because my goal for this episode is to find a desert village to call my very own in the Mindcrack server. Since the first one I found was in a speed challenge, which is kind of useless for... Apparently I just experienced some lag. Which is kind of useless for actually doing anything in. We go up there for a while. Can I get over there? Is there a good way over? To go back up to the top instead of traversing the bottom. Is that kind of the end, though? Let me look and see if I can see anything good from up here. I might be able to get through that wall. Ooh. This is not a safe place to be, that is for sure. So today's the day after Valentine's Day. The lady and I celebrated. We didn't do anything crazy. We actually stayed in. Had like a good dinner at home and things like that. We don't live together or anything. So I went over to her place and we just relaxed, and we both worked. Worked during the day. We've both had a pretty extensive week. I was at the fire department the night before and didn't get too much sleep before having to go to work again the next day, because we got calls at inopportune times. We got, whoa, not good, not good. This stuff is coming fast. Holy crap. I don't remember ever experiencing running into things like that in the Nether before. Obviously that it's, not that it's not possible. There's, lava all over the place in the Nether. On the ground. I just never had the misfortune of coincidentally coming up in a pool of lava like that. Ugh, I'm scared. I don't know if nether quartz is in the middle or if it's just a surface ore. Apparently it is in the middle too, because I just ran into some... Oops. Ooh, that was dangerous. Good, good. Woo! Where did I come up into? This? I wonder if I coincidentally came right up into the streaming... Or the lava stream itself, and not where it was just flowing to. So where did I just came up from down there, I think. I'm pretty sure. No bother. Guess it. Whoop whoop. I was trying to jump up on that, but I guess I did not successfully do such things. But I was saying, inopportune calls. When I used to, I guess I still do, when I started at the fire station, I was working night shift, only night shift. I was just a straight up night shift employee, and I had, my Wednesday nights were free. My job knew that I was doing the fire station, and since we only have to work 3 days a week, and Wednesday nights is not a critical night at the emergency department, they were more than willing to give me every Wednesday off unless I requested to not have Wednesdays off anymore. So it worked out very well, and when I went there, I always had Wednesdays off, which is when I go, and even if I worked on Thursday, I was working on Thursday night after being able to go home and get some sleep. So I used to be the only one up at the station a lot of times at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I actually had a lot of my schoolwork done at the fire station. Whenever everybody went to sleep, I would station myself in the dining area where we have a TV and stuff too, and just flip the TV on, pull out the laptop, and write papers. And it worked out very well for my particular situation. But now that I've switched, even when I switched jobs and didn't have a night shift only position anymore, but I often wouldn't go into the fire department if I had to work on Thursday morning. Sometimes I would, not usually though, because that's really rough to work a 12-hour nursing shift after being up all night. But sometimes you get to sleep all night too. It depends on how many calls there are. But now I'm working, a Monday through Friday job. I actually need one. I need this guy, because then I can make an ender chest. Wait, is it this or is it a blaze rod? Oh shoot. I actually can't remember, but we're going to kill him anyway. Man, got a lot more hit points than I remember him having. Let me see if I coincidentally get my item that I need. I do not seem to have, but oh well. I have no idea how far I've gone. I'm just kind of impressed I've been able to traverse the nether relatively easily. A couple snags that you guys have seen, but nothing crazy. I hate the netherrack though when you're in it for a long time. I think it's cool when you first see it and all, but then it gets really old really quickly. What are we coming up to? I was gonna see if I coincidentally found like a fortress or something this way and make my base in the fortress. Unfortunately, that does not appear to be what is happening. So I might stop pretty soon, thinking that I've gone far enough, because good God, to build a rail line out here is going to be ridiculous. If I do find something good that I want to continue having, it's going to be awful. So, wow, look at that. Look at that just rendered lava coming down the side of this, whoa, sheer cliff face. And while I do hear some gas and stuff too. So I think I'm just going to get into safety here. Or a safer area, I should say. I'm not going to build it completely safe. And drop my portal down. I do want to break out the back wall, because I've had issues with that before. So let's see where we end up, shall we? And light it up. Let's hope we're not just in the middle of an ocean. Oh, I was really scared for a minute. Okay, coords. Writing these down. 39786 negative 12989. Good God. So, obviously in the middle of a jungle, the terrain is still generating, which, let me try to look. Is that a house? What is that thing? That looks like something, doesn't it? Like a... I don't know if you guys can see what I'm circling around. It's a very perfectly square thing, but it looks like it's connected to a cave. Is that a spawner? That might be a spawner. Not that I really know exactly where that's at, but man, this does lead me to believe that this is definitely new terrain, and unfortunately it is not loading well at all. Let me stop this video for a second, let it load, and I'll be back. Okay guys, a lot more of the world has loaded. This is the direction I was looking before. Unfortunately it's turning night, which is kind of scary, but I was just glancing around and I see some dirt over here. I think it's just a beach, but we are going to go check it out anyways, just in case. This seems to be a very tall forest, and not only a tall forest, but it seems to go on for a long ways. I do see a taiga over in the left side. Over this way there's a taiga, But I want to see if this is desert or if it's just beach area. No, it does. It looks like desert. I'm going to be running around the desert at night. Let's do some running. Bye-bye, zombie. I don't need you. I got plenty of food. I should probably eat some in case I get hit. There's also a creeper. So it looks like the desert extends this direction. I actually did not leave myself a trail of torches or anything. It's okay, I have the cords, but a trail probably would have been a smart thing to do. This just looks like a very tall nothing. And it looks like that's going to be the end of the desert, and we're going to go straight into taiga over there and more jungle that way. I don't want to look at that Enderman. I hope I did not on accident, just in case. We're going to eat up, make sure I'm full. I might be better off to go this way to this edge of the desert and make sure it actually stops here. This is technically toward home. It might be the best direction to try to travel. Actually, that way I think is toward home. But this, I think, is the best direction to attempt. Because if I can get myself closer, instead of venturing out farther away and actually find what I'm looking for, that would be ideal. But I can always turn back around and go the other direction if need be, unless this is just a vast ocean. You know, noticing this, having sailed the ocean for as long as I have, it actually makes me wonder if when you start to sail, the generation is slightly different than if you go into the Nether where there's new territory, that it renders different things when you come out of the Nether than it normally would have if you just sailed there. I could be completely wrong on that because that's what seeds are based on. But the fact that it generates basically random territory, like, I don't quite understand how the seeds work. I mean, I get that it's a random seed and things are all made based on that seed, but when it's a technically infinite world, is the seed, how does the seed actually generate the exact same territory every time you load it up? That would kind of take away the concept of it being randomly generated once you're in the game and make it more, it's random based on a number, but this is the finite spawn that you are going to be in, which isn't, I understand that's not the case in the way it works. Holy crap. Because, oh my god, there's a creeper right there. I hope he just took out that skeleton for me. Because I have loaded up worlds before in like a creative view and gone flying around them, found some cool things I was looking for like testing purposes in videos and building things that, you know, needed to have spawners or needed to have villages or whatnot, and then come back into a real world and actually traversed out there to find where it was. I have done that before in the past, and oh good, more desert. And when I found like villages or spawners, they were always in the same place, and I'm not talking close to spawn. So I understand that it doesn't work the way that it almost seems like it does, because I don't know if I've ever just gone into the Nether, made a portal, and come out and have it be somewhere plop in the middle of the ocean with nothing around for miles. I've always successfully been able to make a portal. I was almost staring at that Enderman because I had my hand off the mouse and I was just running forward. I've always been able to go somewhere just like I did and end up being in a land area. So it's confusing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, we're making Mindcrack history for myself. Oh my god. The spider just got super speed. What the fuck just happened? What the? Oh, dude, good god, run! Run! That's just a temple. which is unfortunate because I thought I had found what I was looking for, but instead I'm just getting attacked insanely without the ability to regenerate currently until I can get to safety. This was not smart. I need to get into that temple. I need to get that eaten. I know that it's safe in this temple. This isn't even a temple, actually. What the hell is it? Or is it a buried temple? It might be a temple. It sort of is a temple. Oh my god, I got nothing on my bar. Nothing on my bar. Oh, I was going to get... Woo! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was the sound of a skeleton's arrow hitting that thing just as I had come in and closed the gap. Woo! Now, I have found these before. I think you guys have been along with me. What are you? I hope there's not another one of you. Where are you? There we go. Huh. So I found these before. So I know that there's, you know, a lower layer and traps and things like that. I think I found these on video, actually. Just trying to light this baby up and make it safe. Man. I really thought when I had seen the structure, I thought I had done it. I was so excited and so happy. And now, I mean, I'm still somewhat happy. I mean, I like structures, but I found these before. Hell, I've even found a jungle. Yes, a jungle. I found a jungle. I found a jungle shrine before. Let's see if we have anything good down here. This is weird. Nice cave. Now, I can't remember. Pressure plates, I'm sure you can just hit them and take them off. Am I really full? Get rid of some of this netherrack that I don't need so I can collect the spoils of I almost used. I just almost turned to my flint and steel to go ahead and clear these things out. That would have been really smart. Now let's see what I found. Anything good? Irons. Oh, I don't need this stuff either. Iron's always good. Gold's always good. I don't need all those bones. Diamond's always good. And I really don't need this pressure plate. And drop off some of this garbage that I don't want. I brought a lot of cobble with me. But I'm going to keep the cobble for now. Hopefully by the time I get up top, it's light again. It doesn't sound like it's light. It sounds like it's dangerous. That's what it sounds like. I think there's an Enderman right there. And I'm pretty sure I just stared at him. Luckily, apparently, it does not render... Oh, it is light. It does not render through the block, and he has disappeared. There's going to be a lot of creepers out here. Ha! Final blow with the creeper. So where did I come from? I came from that way. Okay. Somebody sounds very pissed off. So I am hiding. I didn't think the Enderman could still get pissed off when it was light. I seem to not hear him anymore. I'm going to wield my sword, though. I still don't hear him. Okay. I was making sure he's not still coming for me. That's a long fall. Okay. I'm almost healed up. Let's move on. Maybe deserts can hold multiple things. I'm pretty sure they can, actually, so that does not necessarily negate the fact that there could be a village in this desert. This desert does seem to extend. I see trees on the other side, which means it's coming to a close that way. I think it keeps going this way, it seems. Much safer during the daytime, that's for sure. I had a really good story for you guys the other day, and was unable to make a video at the time, and unfortunately, I cannot for the life of me remember what that story was. Oh, I can tell you one of the stories, though. So I'm in a profession that's nursing informatics. It is nurses who have basically taken an IT role, like a computer type of role in nursing. I had to do an overnight shift the other night because we went live with some products in the ICU and we had to offer 24-hour coverage. So we had to split our time to be able to, make sure that somebody was on site for 24 hours for the first couple days, which I chose Is that a village? Oh, no, it's not. I was going to be really upset because I saw something that was seeming to render in a non-desert area, which is the last village I found was non-desert village, right on the brink of a desert, and it was very sad to me. But we work in this role. I had to work this overnight shift. Coincidentally, during the overnight shift, we had a downtime organization-wide of the electronic charting system, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was the only person there from the nursing informatics team. We don't even normally run, night coverage. And so all of a sudden I was kind of, in charge without ever having, experience or training for what to do besides I know where the room's at to go print out like certain forms and things like that that are needed for the staff to continue doing their duties. But I was able to do it successfully. And one of the things that we have to print out, and luckily I didn't have to print them out for the entire hospital because a system finally did come back up after I had done it for a couple of the units, which worked out well because the way that we administer medications, like, it's all electronic. So if the system goes down, okay, I just circled back around. We're going to run this way, continue going back toward home area, and see if we can find another desert area. But one of the things that's down is the medication administration record, and you have to be able to administer your meds, and right now they're only in the computer on many units. So if the system goes down and you can't access it, you lose the ability to see what your medications were. So it's called the downtime MAR, the medication administration record. So we have to print out the downtime MAR. My hospital's big. We are 963 beds or something like that, I believe it is. There's, 8, 16, 24, like close to 30 units of patient care. So our downtime MAR dumps into a file every couple hours for if the system goes down that you can print it out and have up to date within like, a 6-hour span of all the medications that patient gets, which is fine for the most part. People get new medications and all. However, 90% of your patients are probably going to have medications, they're going to be on the same ones now that they were 8 hours ago, or there'll have been a few differences. So you're not that far off on what they are. So I had to go print this form out. And this form, it dumps into one single PDF file for the purpose of being able to just print it and start delivering it to the units. Now, we're going live in our intensive care units with some of this stuff. So the intensive care units take precedence because obviously the people are in intensive care units because they're sicker than people who can be on a normal floor. The problem is the MAR doesn't print out in such a way that it separates it. It separates it by unit, but just in basically floor order. Like here's the first floor units, here's the second floor units, here's the third floor units. And our ICUs aren't all together on a floor. They are scattered throughout the hospital. In order to go in and print out just the ones for the ICUs, which is what I did to start, I had to run through this form, find the page numbers that are starting all these units, do a print from, page like 985 to page 1021 or something for, a unit, and then move on to the next one. Oh yes, another desert. Seems easy in concept, except for the fact that it's, this thing's close to 3,000 pages, so it's not only are you scrolling a lot to find the units, and there's like 8 intensive care units or something like that, so it's time consuming just to go through, just to print out the ones for those units to be first, as opposed to just hitting print and being able to print them all and run to the floors, because they would just, some of the ICUs would print out last, which would be problematic because it takes like half an hour or something of this sort to print out all of the, the downtime Mars for the hospital. So you're trying to get them there first. So it's time consuming just to go through and get, these page numbers and stuff figured out. It's a huge file. So if you're scrolling with the scroll button, it's going down a couple lines at a time and you'll never get through it. So you're kind of dragging to where you think that these units are going to be and kind of scrolling from there. And then if you hit the button, you'll jump like, 8 units because of how many, units there are at the hospital, or how big, these pages are. It's like, it's a pain, but it's doable, just time consuming. So the next night, somebody else was running coverage. Somebody who's in my position. She is a person who is a nurse who has now gone to the IT role. She actually just got her degree, finished her degree a month or two ago. So she's actually finished with school, whereas I'm not even finished with school for nursing informatics yet. 2 weeks away from getting finished with that. But she's done with the classes. It's not even like she just got into this role. She's finished. And she contacted me last night because I guess they had a very small, or the other night, and they had a small downtime. Luckily, it was only like 15 minutes or something like that. But she, learning from what I had to do, wanted to go and get the ICU Mars printed out so that they could administer medications to their patients. And she was like, Jeff, I can't print just these units. I have to print the whole thing or nothing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's all one big file. I said, I know. Just choose the page numbers for the units that you want to print out. She said, well, how do I do that? And I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure most average users even understand that you can just print certain pages of a file. When you hit the print button, it asks you the range that you want to print, all, or you can hit that little radio button and go to page this to page that. You can even do like odds and evens and things like that. For the average user, I think that's pretty standard. But let's assume the average user may not know that. Okay, that would be understandable. She is in my position. She is an IT person for nursing. If the system goes down when she's on staff, she's going to be the one in charge of getting all this stuff done. How do you not know basic computer functions if you're going to be a computer person taking care of a hospital, especially one that's our size? That, I have no tolerance for something like that. That is not the tolerance on her. She's trying to learn, I understand. You can't have somebody like that be our charge person, our point person for if the system goes down. How is the hospital going to survive in a situation like that if she happens to be the only one on shift during a downtime and she has to take care of it, not knowing that she can even print just certain pages of a file? I mean, I have many issues with seeing this side of the organization. When I was a nurse, granted I do have an IT degree already prior to becoming a nurse. When I was a nurse, I would get very frustrated with the way my perception of how the back end of things worked. I know better in my head. I've worked in IT jobs before. Things can't be as convoluted as I think that they are on the floor. Like you have to understand how the other side of it works to know that, what their limitations are, what they can and can't do, where they're having problems that I think should be easy. I understand system limitations and things aren't always as easy as they would seem from a user's perspective. Though the ultimate goal is to make things as easy as you can for the user, but ignoring that point, I understand that aspect. I then get into this role and find out that everything really is as clunky as it seemed from the user side. It's not a matter of inability to do things. There's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape that you have to go through, so that makes things hard, but there is a lot of issues with the way that the system is run, and unfortunately the people who are there our hospital, other hospitals, corporate side, they're people who have been there for so long that quote unquote have everything down, that it's something that you just, one person can't come in there and change and explain why it's wrong. They've been doing it like this for so long. This is right to them. This is the way it's done. I've made some suggestions before and kind of been shot down because it just seems asinine and off the wall to them, and that's just not how we do it. It's not how we've ever done it. Why would we change and do that? Well, it's because it's more efficient in the way that IT departments and projects should be run, but there's a whole missing aspect on it, and it really upsets me because it's making me very not happy for my job, because I feel like, for one, it's very hard to make a difference where I got into this job in the first place to try to help make that difference, and yeah, I can't do it on my own because I got some people that are in my group who act like they're the boss and they're not, and they're the ones that are calling some of these shots and not listening to reason. They're just so used to doing it a certain way. They have it down to do it the way that they do it and don't understand that it's not the right way to do it, nor is it the efficient way to do it. It is just what they've been doing. They designed this, the way that they do it now, and it works for them. Therefore, it's not going to change. And it's very unfortunate, but welcome to the real world for all the young viewers out there who are about to go into about to embark on a career. You're going to realize that things aren't nearly as cut and dry as school would make you believe that they are, and all the concepts and theories that you learn about the way that things should run and why certain businesses fail and other ones thrive is because they don't follow that model. I don't think anybody follows that model, but that's obviously my own opinion, not necessarily reality. There might be some places that do a very good job of following that model and can survive and thrive, but unfortunately I'm not dealing with one of those places right now. So that was a little saddening to sit there and say to everybody, because I basically just said how the dislike I have for my job because of inefficiencies in the system. But I ranted for long enough to make this video long. I don't know exactly where I'm going to go. I'm going to just keep traversing. I should look at F3, and I have no idea if I'm going anywhere near the direction of my home. Let me look. I mean, I sort of am. Negative. Technically, no, that would not be it. Oh, hello, skeleton. This way is getting... Actually, no, I'm getting farther away. Whoa! I don't think I shielded enough. This way is actually... Get out of that bush. Ouch. This way, a very long ways, is actually the direction of my home. And I got that F3 screen up on right now, and I can't get rid of it because I just don't have the ability to take my hand off the button I need to. Ow. Okay. Finally, F3 screen gone. I'm pretty sure it's this way. And it's a long ways off, so who knows if I'll ever actually make it back there. And how much ocean there is to traverse in the middle, because it seems like it's coming to an ocean. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.